You've heard the barred owl's call every night, but it's not what you think. A single cry can mean a territory warning. Another signals a mate in distress. Stay to the end because we'll reveal the haunting call that only happens once a year. Number 1. Did you know that barred owls have a secret language of calls, each one carrying its own meaning? In your yard, when the night falls silent, a deep and rhythmic hooting could signal danger. This specific call is a warning, used by barred owls to alert others of a predator nearby. These owls are incredibly vocal, with at least 10 distinct calls identified by the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. Their calls echo through the forest, even in the harshest winter conditions. One call in particular can be heard up to a mile away, marking territory with a haunting hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. In your yard, the ability of barred owls to produce calls in freezing temperatures is nothing short of remarkable. A 2018 study from the University of Washington revealed that these owls can still communicate even at 2,000 degrees stirs, a feat that helps them stay connected during winter's harshest days. Their calls are not just warnings, but tools for survival, ensuring that they and their kin remain aware of threats. You might not see them, but you could hear them in the distance. Their call is a soundtrack to the night. What this means for you is that the presence of barred owls in your area is a sign of a healthy, active ecosystem. Their language is a window into the hidden world of your backyard. Imagine listening to the night and understanding the messages carried by each hoot and call. Barred owls are like the storytellers of the forest, their calls echoing through the trees with purpose. One particular call, deep and rhythmic, acts as a silent alarm, warning others of nearby danger. You may never see this warning, but you could hear it in the stillness of your yard. This hidden language is a reminder that even in the quietest moments, life is active and watching. What comes next? Just how much more can you learn about the whispers of the night? Number 2. The moon's glow may seem like a guiding light for night owls, but it's actually a cue they use to stay hidden. On moonless nights, when the sky is pitch black, owls feel safest. That's when they call out more frequently, sharing news of their location with other owls. Their eyes, packed with more than 100,000 rod cells, give them an edge in the darkness. This means they can spot prey and avoid predators with ease. What this means for you is that if you're out after dark, you might hear more owl calls on nights when the moon is absent. As the moon waxes and wanes, owls subtly shift their behavior, adjusting their calls to match the changing light. A 2019 study in PNAS confirmed that these nocturnal birds are sensitive to lunar cycles, using them like a built-in calendar. When the moon is bright, their calls grow quieter, likely to avoid detection by predators or mates. This adaptability shows how finely tuned their survival instincts are. Your yard may become a hub of owl activity around midnight, especially if the sky is clear. This is a moment to listen closely, for the forest is alive with silent, strategic communication. The barred owl's peak calling time, between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m., reveals a world ruled by rhythm and timing. As the night deepens, their calls grow more frequent and bold, especially around midnight. This is not just random noise, it's a language of the dark, used to bond, warn, and claim territory. Your yard may soon become a stage for this hidden drama. What you hear in the stillness may be more than just an owl's call. It could be a message from the shadowy world that thrives under the stars. And there's much more to uncover about how the moon shapes the lives of these silent hunters. Number 3. The mating call that sounds like a cat is one of the most intriguing secrets in the birdwatching world. This unique call, made by the barred owl, can easily be mistaken for the yowl of a domestic cat. The sound carries through the night, echoing across forests and backyards alike. It's a haunting, almost eerie call that seems to come from nowhere. What this means for you is that you might be hearing a barred owl without even realizing it. This call is a key part of the owl's courtship ritual, drawing mates from far and wide. During late winter, when the world feels still and quiet, male barred owls begin their search for a mate. They repeat this cat-like call in rhythmic pulses, a sound that can be heard for miles. This vocalization is not just a mating call, it's a territorial signal, warning other males to stay away. The National Audubon Society has studied this behavior extensively, confirming its role in breeding season. It's fascinating to think that a bird species, so often hidden in the shadows, uses a sound so familiar to humans. This call is a bridge between the wild and the domestic, a reminder that nature is full of surprises. The barred owl's call is more than just a sound. It's a story of survival and connection. It's a sound that has been passed down through generations, used by countless owls to find love and establish territory. You might hear it from your own backyard, a reminder that nature is all around you. But the story doesn't end here. There's more to discover about how barred owls use sound to navigate the world. What other secrets are hidden in the calls of the night? Stay tuned to find out. Number 4. The alarm call that can actually stun predators. Picture this. As dusk settles, a barred owl lets out a series of sharp, staccato kick cries that echo through the trees. This call isn't just a warning, it's a psychological weapon. It startles foxes and hawks, making them hesitate or even flee. The sound can travel up to 2 miles, as discovered by a 2020 study from the University of Minnesota. Your yard may be a small space, but it can be part of a larger, mysterious network of birds and animals working together at night. What makes this call so effective is its unpredictability and volume. Unlike the more melodic songs birds use to attract mates, this alarm cry is sudden and jarring. It's not just a signal to other owls, it's a call to arms for the entire forest. In fact, barred owls often synchronize their calls with other species, creating a layered soundscape that confuses predators. This coordination forms a kind of nighttime defense system, where every bird and animal contributes. What this means for you is that your yard, even if it seems quiet, could be a critical node in this natural network of survival and communication. As the call reverberates, it's not just startling predators, it's sending a message to every listener. The barred owl isn't alone in this strategy. Other birds, like chickadees and blue jays, also use similar alarm calls to rally their own kind. This interconnected behavior shows how deeply animals rely on each other for safety. The next time you hear a sharp, sudden noise at dusk, you might be listening to a secret conversation between birds and creatures you never see. What other secrets are hidden in the silence of your yard waiting to be heard? Number 5. The silent owl when calls stop. In your yard or nearby woods, a sudden hush where there was once a chorus of hoots might feel unsettling. This eerie silence isn't just a quiet night, it could be a signal. Barred owls with their deep, resonant calls are like the forest sentinels. When they fall silent, it's not just about the absence of sound, it's about a shift in the balance of the ecosystem. What this means for you is that your surroundings are telling a story, one you may not yet understand. Are you listening closely enough? The silence of an owl isn't just about the bird, it's about the health of the forest it calls home. Scientists have long studied owl calls as a way to gauge the well-being of an area. The Audubon Society notes that a sudden absence of these calls can point to disease or environmental changes. Barred owls are especially sensitive to noise pollution, often halting their vocalizations when exposed to human-made sounds. This is more than a curiosity, it's a clue. Your yard, or even the nearby woods, might be experiencing a subtle but significant change. What if the forest is trying to warn you? Every hoot and every pause in the night carries meaning. When barred owls stop calling, it might signal a disruption that affects more than just them. It can ripple through the whole ecosystem. A 2021 PNAS study highlighted how owl calls act as a bioindicator, revealing the health of the forest in ways we may not yet fully grasp. This silence could be a sign of something larger, something you might not see but can feel. What if the forest is whispering a secret and you're the only one who can hear it? The next scene may reveal how you can listen more closely. Number 6. The call that never stops. It's the sound of young owls learning to survive in the wild. Picture this. A juvenile barred owl perched silently in the trees, its eyes wide with curiosity. Then, from the shadows, a high-pitched whinny echoes through the night, a call that carries far beyond the forest. This unique sound is how young owls stay in touch with their parents, even as they begin to venture out on their own. It's a lifeline, a way to ask for help, guidance, and reassurance. What this means for you is that the quiet nights in your yard may hold more than just the rustle of leaves. There could be a whole world of learning and survival taking place just above your head. That whinny isn't just a random sound, it's a crucial part of the young owl's development. Researchers from the Cornell lab have observed that this call persists even in the presence of human noise, which is remarkable given how many environments are now filled with urban sounds. It shows just how adaptable and persistent these young owls can be as they learn to navigate their surroundings. The call doesn't just serve as a means of communication, it also helps them locate food sources and avoid dangers like predators lurking nearby. In your yard, this means that even if you don't see the owls, you might be hearing their calls as they continue their lessons under the cover of darkness. As the young owls grow more confident, the frequency of the whinny call changes, signaling their increasing independence. This shift is a natural part of their journey, one that can last up to 6 months as they continue to learn from their parents. Even as they spread their wings, they remain connected through this unique form of communication. You might find yourself listening more closely to the night, hoping to catch a glimpse of these young owls or hear the sound that keeps them tethered to their families. But this is only the beginning. There's much more to discover about how these birds navigate the world and how your yard plays a part in their survival story. You stand alone in the stillness of the night, the barred owl's call slicing through the silence like a memory. It is not just a sound, it is a whisper from the past, a reminder that even in grief, the world is not empty. You feel the presence of those you've lost, not as ghosts, but as echoes carried on the wind. In this moment, science and belief blend, and you are no longer alone. The owl sings not just for survival, but for connection, for love that lingers beyond the veil of time. The owl's call lingers in the air, a song that carries the weight of both sorrow and hope. You listen, not just with your ears, but with your soul, and you feel the quiet assurance that love does not end with death. In this sacred stillness, the natural world becomes a bridge between what is and what was. You are reminded that even in the darkest hours, there is a presence that watches, that listens, that sings, and in that song you find peace, not because the pain is gone, but because you are no longer alone in it. Had you ever heard an owl call that changed the way you looked at your backyard? Leave your story in the comments below, and don't forget to share this video with fellow bird lovers who want to understand the language of the night. I'll see you in the next one.